Just make sure we're live in all the other appropriate places. First, we're going to check out Restream. For those who do not know, aloha, you can call me Kra. I'm a father, Toastmaster, and Lego enthusiast who streams here on Twitch and YouTube, which is where you may be watching it. Today's stream is going to be an exciting one. But before we get into talking about it, I want to make sure we're live in all the appropriate places. I don't necessarily believe in the concept of a starting soon screen. I figure I want you to turn on the go live notifications, and it makes no sense for you to react to the go live notification, get here and be like, okay, Kra's not even here yet. So it looks like I'm live on Restream, should be live in all the appropriate places. Let's refresh YouTube Studio. We are live on YouTube Studio. And we are live on Twitch as well. Let's just make sure that Aloha the bot is in the house. It is. Welcome to the stream. We're talking politics today. Yeah, so today's going to be a fun stream. It's going to be a fun stream for a very interesting reason. I am a big proponent of voting by mail. And one of the reasons I'm such a proponent of voting by mail is because I feel it is the easiest way to guarantee that the people research and look up who they're voting for. I know that when I have the opportunity to vote from home, in the comfort of my home, I research who I'm voting for, I fill out my ballot, and I feel like I'm a more educated voter. When I don't have the option to do that, and I just go into a ballot box, I'm hoping for the best at that point. I really am. And one of the things I think you'll learn from as we go through this process tonight, and I think that's one of the reasons it's important for me to share this process. As we go through this process tonight, I think you guys will realize how incredibly hard it is to vote and just go by the gut of your pants, unless you're going to be a person who just votes for the same party no matter what and doesn't care. Yeah. So let's go through. Another reason why I'm doing this is because I think it's important to go through and dispel some of the myths people have about mail-in balloting. I have experience that I have worked the polls. In my community, how we handle mail-in balloting is very simple. At a certain point in the morning, after the morning rush has come and gone, everyone's just kind of sitting around doing this because, you know, we get one person every 10 minutes or so. The town clerk takes all of the mail-in ballots by each ward, and we're a small enough town that we have all of our voting wards in the same location, all of our precincts, and comes to like precinct A, and goes through all of the people that mail in ballot, and we see, okay, this, you know, we double check to make sure that everyone voted, make sure that it's the same process. It's almost as if on election day, the person is going to take this envelope, go in, and act as if they're me, without the process of doing it. I don't know how someone doesn't know it. I feel there's plenty of safeguards for someone to know whether or not this is legitimately. So let's start things off by opening up our ballot, so we can go through the whole process, and I can helpfully dispel some myths about what is mail-in voting and all of that stuff. Let's see what we have here. First thing we have is this is the business reply mail. This is what I'm going to put my ballot in. I'm not going to show you the front because on the return address, it has my name and my address up here in the return address. So when they mail this in, they will know this comes from me. I may even take this directly to the mail clerk because it's been a while and she's a lovely person and may want to see her. So we're going to put that right there. This is the early ballot envelope. This is a document that the ballot's going to go in, and then this will go in here. And this says, under penalties of perjury, I swear or affirm that I am the registered voter in Massachusetts at the address below. Down here is my name and address. And that I will not cast a ballot in any other city or town or voting location, and the information below is true. I sign, I print, I write my address. If someone were to help me with this, they would have their own little sentence of penalties of perjury. Reason for assistance, what is their signature and what is the name? A penalty for illegal voting. The penalty for voting or attempting to vote in violation of Section 26 of Chapter 56 of the Massachusetts General Law is a fine of not more than $10,000, imprisonment for not more than 5 years, or both. Then at the very bottom, there is an election office use only. It says, what is my ward or precinct? Ballot enclosed, and this is for primary only. It will say whether I'm voting for Democrat, Republican, or a different primary. This is not a primary, so it doesn't matter. Again, we can take this, and I'm not going to face it forward because it has my name and address. The next thing we have my actual ballot. It's a double-sided ballot. We will take this, and we'll get into that in a second. And then we have some vote-by-mail instructions. And that is all that is in here. Nothing else. This is the Massachusetts official vote-by-mail instructions. This vote-by-mail package has been sent to you at your request. The package includes a ballot, a brown ballot envelope, and a white return ballot envelope. Please read the instructions below before voting and returning your ballot. Okay, let's do this. 1. Step 1. Vote. Mark your ballot according to the instructions on the ballot, preferably with black ink. Candidates and questions may be listed on both sides of the ballot. Note, if you need assistance because of disability or inability to read your ballot, you may choose any person to help you. Put your ballot into the brown envelope and seal the ballot envelope. Sign your ballot envelope. Step 2, sign the ballot envelope. Sign the ballot envelope. Print your name and address below your signature if it is not already included. If you cannot sign your own name, you may choose someone to sign your name for you. That person will need to sign their own name on the bottom half of the envelope. Place your signed ballot envelope into the white return envelope and seal the return envelope. Step 3. Return your ballot. By mail or in person. The return ballot envelope included with your ballot is pre-addressed to your local election office and postage. You can return your ballot in person to your local office, a secured drop box provided by your city or town, or any early voting site in your city or town. Visit www.voteandma.com to find your community's ballot return locations. Ballots returned by Dropbox or to your local election office must be delivered by 8 p.m. on November 8, 2022 to be counted. Mailed ballots must be postmarked by November 8, 2022 and received by 5 p.m. on November 12, 2022 in order to be counted. The U.S. Postal Service recommends mailing your ballot at least 1 week before Election Day. This is from the Elections Division, Secretary of the Commonwealth. And this is, of course, Form 2022 State Election. You can take that and over here. And here's our ballot. Couple of things. I am a very liberal person, but I will research all of the candidates. I will not vote for any candidate over the age of 65 on principle. I feel we as a country have drawn 65 as a line in the sand to say, this is the age in which you should retire. This is when most people retire. I think politicians should not be any different than anyone else. I recognize there are times where you will still vote for someone over 65, and that's your choice. But I, as a principal, will leave an empty ballot rather than vote for a candidate I do not like or vote for someone over the age of 65. Are you guys ready? I'm ready. It should be a good time. It should be a good time. So let's get into it and let's start going through all of the people. So I'm going to bring up my sample ballot here. And I just realized I don't have any music behind me, so let's add some music stuff to this. No, let's go to sources. Media source. add my background music. There it goes. I should have did that beforehand. All right. So, let's get started on our ballot, shall we? We're going to start things off by looking at governor and lieutenant governor. We are a state where these two people run together. I do not have the option to vote for Healy and Allen. It is Deal and Allen, Healy and Driscoll, Reed and Everett. The Republicans, Democrats, or Libertarians are the people that we're going to be looking at. So we're going to start by looking at Deal and Allen. This is their combined website. So let's go look at who these people are. Jeff Deal and Leah Allen. Here are our two people who are running as the Republicans. A better Massachusetts every day, lowering the cost of living and ensuring economic prosperity. They pledge to make Massachusetts more affordable with a focus on union prosperity. Okay. Saying no to unfair mandates. This administration will respect you and your freedom and will fight hard against government mandates that take away your rights. Okay. Empowering parents. They support parents. Aloha, Peace Dog. Welcome on in. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know Peace Dog, check him out. One of the favorite people I know here on Twitch. I figured you might enjoy this shirt. This is a shirt that says, baseball's last dive bar, the Oakland Coliseum. Yes, so for today's stream, we are filling out my mail-in ballot. And before we do it, what we're going to do is we're going to research every person on the ballot. We are going to look at them. We're going to understand who they are. And then we will fill out. There is a rule. Hold on, what was it? Massachusetts ballot law. Social media. Where is it? It's somewhere in here. There's a rule that I have to do. Elections and voting, selected case law. Voters and registration. There's something in here that says I'm not allowed to show the marking of my ballot. Yeah. But we've gone, social media legal guidance toolkit. There are no legal prohibitions against state agencies using social media sites or having social media identities. Nope, this is about whether or not I should use it. That's not what I wanted to see. Yeah, no, there's something on here. The photo of your ballot. Okay, here it is. Here it is. It's again. So I cannot show my thing on social media. Where is it? Here it is. Here's the law. Whoever at a primary caucus or election places any distinguishing mark upon his ballot, sexist, or makes a false statement as to his, sexist, ability to mark his, sexist, ballot, or allows the marking of his, sexist, ballot to be seen by any person for any purpose not authorized by law, or gives a false answer to or makes false oath before a presiding officer shall be punished by imprisonment of not more than 6 months and fine of not more than $100. So, my interpretation of this is as long as you do not see me marking my ballot, I'm not against the law. So, like I said, we are going to discuss, we're going to look at, but at no point are we going to be allowing you to see me mark my ballot. Although I would strictly read this that a woman would be allowed to watch someone mark the ballot. Because it says his. Back to our first two people, candidates. These are running for governor and lieutenant governor. Let's learn more about these two. All right, let's start with these are their policies, because that's what we care about. The Parental Bill of Rights. Expanded school choice. Parents will be given more flexibility to send their children to charter vocational private schools. Stupid. No way. Expanded school choice, to me, means this is a way to destroy public education by sending more people to stuff. So, no. And limiting state COVID vaccine requirements for teachers and students attending public schools and higher education here in Massachusetts, prohibiting schools from requiring proof of vaccination to participate in school-sponsored activities. For this issue, if we're going to require someone to get a flu shot, we should be able to do the same for COVID. If we're not going to require a flu shot, I would agree with this statement. But again, if there's a flu shot requirement, there needs to be a COVID vaccine requirement at this point. That's just me. Required parental informed consent for important education decisions, including controversial curriculum subjects and educational materials, human growth and development courses, usage of school library and media, health service, student surveys, guest speakers, and athletics, and for medical testing and treatment involving minors. That's code dog whistle stuff. I agree that parents should be informed, but this is very dog whistle language. Prioritizing school safety in public schools, school buildings statewide. How? But okay, I like that. Ensuring parental access to education and medical records involving their minor children. That's reasonable. Making adjustments to the state open meeting law to require school boards to solicit appropriate public comment from parents during public meetings. I'm curious what the changes they would want to make are, because every public meeting has every meeting for school boards and housing authorities, which I happen to be on, we have a section for public comments. And I don't think it should be limited to parents. I think it should be limited to anyone from the public, because believe it or not, a non-parent may be allowed to make decisions. It impacts their community. Establish a new curriculum oversight within the Department of Education, Secretary of Education, to monitor school curriculum statewide for subjects that are not appropriate to be taught. Big dog whistle. Launching a comprehensive audit of child welfare agencies, including the Department of Children and Families, to guide meaningful reform of those agencies to ensure best practices and prevent children from falling through the cracks. Aloha, Lone Wolf. I figured you would enjoy that one. I think I've read enough on the Parents' Bill of Rights to know I would never vote for these people. I don't think I need to go through... Well, might as well. Housing infrastructure, real focus on making housing options more accessible and affordable with smart and sustainable investment for local needs, including the Western Massachusetts Cape Cod. I like that. Repeal the... Okay. Economic development. Promote prosperity for residents and with our state economy. It requires policies to recruit new... No. I hate this line here. Requires policies to recruit new and existing companies to relocate here. I am not in favor of giving money to companies to be in the state of Massachusetts. Never. I would love to hear what you have to say about politics, Lone Wolf. I greatly appreciate it. Confirm, restore flat income tax. Interesting. Create a new jobs boss. Okay, interesting. Healthcare. Transparency. Okay. We will keep government bureaucracy from interfering with personal health decisions. Hey, do you know what this says to me right here? You're in favor of the right to choose an abortion. You're in favor of the right to go for gender-affirming care. That's what this sentence means. I don't think they believe those things. But let's just be very clear. Fiscal discipline, local aid, with policies that harm elections. Okay. Curtail emergency powers. Okay. Establish a special commission to satisfy whether COVID relief funds are wasted. Cool. What are you going to do when you determine that they were wasted? Who are you going to go after? Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. I like this because mail-in voting is super safe, so I don't know why you need to do any more than that. We will support individual liberty and constitutional rights. Rehire, okay. Confirm the rights of those. We've already done this one. And again, so for the second one, if you're going to reject a vaccine for sincerely held religious beliefs, the head of your church has to say that you don't get the vaccine. So to be clear, the Pope has said, get the vaccine. So let's just be very clear about that. Public safety, support first responders, tough on crime, and commit to unleash all visible law enforcement. Refile, okay. Require data sharing between, okay. Okay. Oh, look at this. Repeal any moratorium on prison construction. So they want to get rid of any, let's look at it, prohibition of activity. So they want to make sure we build more prisons. Hard pass. Establish a fund for PFAS remediation for first responders. What is that? Okay. I don't really know what that means, but okay, interesting. I'm very well. I love politics, so I'm enjoying this stream. It's always a good time. Lone Wolf has a lady called Liz Truss. Yes, she was only a prime minister for 45 official days, 50 days between her in, because it took a couple days after she resigned. But yes, yes, yep. And I thought she, like, every time I listened to Liz talk, I thought she was not the sharpest tool. She seemed like one of those people. This is going to be an insult to her and Elizabeth Holmes, but when she spoke, reminded me of Elizabeth Holmes. If you don't know who Elizabeth Holmes is, she is the con man responsible for Theranos. The way they both talked and acted was eerily similar. That I'm confident in what I have to say, and I am a quasi-attractive blonde woman. Hear me roar. Yeah. All right. So I know enough that I do not want to vote for these two. I know enough to know I'm not voting for these two at this point. So we can cross them off of our ballot. And now let us look at the second one. Turns out she said she is not a quitter. Yep, I remember that. That was hilarious that she did that. I felt that was a pretty good meme of, I am not a quitter, and I resigned like 2 days later. Yep. Yep, exactly. Yep. Nope, that's an unfortunate reality. Let's look at Healy and Driscoll. These are the Democrats running for for governor, and do they have a combined website? All right, let's go to Mara Healy's website. Yes. Yep. That happens, and I'm so sorry that happened to you, but yeah, that's exactly what that is, unfortunately. All right, Mara Healy's website for governor. She doesn't share a website with her lieutenant governor. We've already thoroughly vetted her through her website. I like her. So I feel confident to knowing whether or not I'd want to vote for Healy and Driscoll. I want to look up the Libertarians at this point, because they're another group that I don't know about. Reed Everett Designs. It's a landscape architect. Reed, Governor, Massachusetts. Kevin Reed, Massachusetts Ballotpedia. I love right here. Less is more. Massachusetts may go gold with Kevin. Fox 5 San Diego. Less is more. Massachusetts may go gold with Kevin. Fox 4 KC. And less is more. Massachusetts may go gold with Kevin Reed. EIN News. This person, so Kevin Reed, does not appear to have a website. We have a press release. Less is more. Again, Kansas City. All right, maybe this might be the website. Liberty. Yeah, I think this is the website. LibertyCan'tWait.com. That's a terrible website name. Chipping Today. Okay. Because Liberty can't wait. If not us, who? Shouldn't there be a comma? If not now, when? Shouldn't there be a comma? So bad grammar. I have a picture of a black man. I don't know who that is. Liberty is on the ballot in November. We must articulate the need for another party. Yes, I agree with that. And the bad for ideas, major political parties. We are preparing to set up echo chambers amid democracy in this election. Problem is no party, not even the Libertarian Party, has a monopoly on being correct. We must stand the principle of being diverse, which goes past diverse containers a soul may occupy, yada, yada, yada. Kevin Christopher Reed. Meet Kev. Okay, so that was Kevin there. Politics is incredibly fake. Here are some, I highlight some facts that make me seem appealing. But I'll forgo that for the truth. When a person leaves the mainstream party, they understand they are joining a third party, like the Libertarian Party, at the expense of no longer having a robust machine behind them. But we do have his conviction. So he's like 8 sentences in, and he's having a good time. We can now speak honestly about the plights of ordinary people. That makes men and women like me leave the mainstream, hoping to combat the social issues of the day with a different approach. The commonality is if you belong to a third party, you have and will become a working class candidate. True. No exception to the rule if you are Libertarian, Green Party, Constitution, or Independent. Like the men and women who do an honest day's work, I balance work, life, make my sales calls, bootstrap. Oh, God, you said bootstrap. Campaign to speak on our behalf. Okay. I'm Kevin Reed, father, business owner, proud working class candidate, and running for governor of Massachusetts. Is this really your whole issues? Here are Kev's issues. Oh, okay. Lone Wolf, never thought of her since she is the conservative primary. Yep, Yep. The version of the Democrats, or maybe Labor parties. Yeah. I would say the Labor Party is closer to the Democrats, but again, you do have some more very liberal stuff there, too. All right, transportation. We're in dire need of a new transit system to accommodate the growing population. Yes, the current system is outdated and inefficient. Yes, with many faults. Agreed. A new plan for the transit system to alleviate these issues and provide a better experience for all commuters. I'm confident my plan will be able to do this for the population. It's first, and it's time for it to happen. A new proposed plan will make the system more efficient and reliable by adding 8 new subway lines to the existing T system and another means of revenue creation. The plan will cost $2 billion and take 10 years to complete. However, cities that have implemented this type have seen reduced congestion and better quality of life. Okay. This is a plan for Boston. This isn't a plan for the state. Okay. Reorganization. MBTA has responded to the needs of the repair service rendering. Okay, Boston. Alternate revenue. This is MBTA Boston. Repairs overall. And Boston again. So he wants to fix Boston's transportation, not Massachusetts' transportation needs. Let's just be very clear. Nothing about Western Mass or Worcester. Oh, wait, here. Okay, MBTA can find new ways to make money. We can do this by creating hybrid partnerships between state and businesses. One way is to start new bus lines that charge a fee, like express buses for Boston, Worcester, and Springfield. We also should explore repurposing of the ride in exchange for a more convenient on-demand service. Interesting. Interesting. All right, education and childcare. So this guy is a libertarian for your benefit. I don't know how the libertarians would fit in to the British system, but libertarians they want small government with no taxes, and everyone can do whatever they want. That's the best way to describe libertarians. They want live free or die is the libertarian motto. No problem. Okay, she's also, yep, yep. Oh, yeah. No worries. It's all right. It's all right. I hear you. Current cost of child care in Massachusetts is too high and often results in the parent having to quit their job to stay home and care for the child. Very accurate. The average cost of daycare, yep, I agree with that. Costs are not only financial drain for parents, but also discourage parents from having more children. Yep, 100%. Our solution, new proposal with the goal of lowering child care costs by 50% for reforming the education system will help thousands of families in Massachusetts. How are you going to do this, libertarians? You don't like taxes, buddy. So some out reform, the current system is secure to protect the power of the people. Our plan will ensure that every student receives. We want to make that change. Metco for all. Our plan will focus on delivering the following. I support the idea. I want to see expansion of different types of school systems. Okay, and his webpage won't let me see the whole thing that he wrote here. Lowering taxes by attrition. Housing. I'm not seeing anything that makes me hate this guy. Yep. Experience mental health problems, Massachusetts. Homeless population. Correction, not just revenge. I like that. I like that. I don't think we have the death penalty in Massachusetts. Does Massachusetts have the death penalty? I can't. And the time I've been here, Massachusetts does not. The death penalty has been banned in Massachusetts court since 1984. How do we have people on the death row if we don't have the death penalty? All right, I'm getting to the point where I can't, where I just can't, I can't support this dude at this point. I just can't. Oh, yep, here you go. Yep, you've just lost me. Can't support gun control. Yep, we've lost you. All right. So we've looked at the three people. The Republicans are terrible. The Libertarians have some radical, crazy ideas, but I do not support people who can't support gun control. No. Yeah, we're done. So again, like I've said, I am not letting you see me fill out my ballot, but everything you have heard me say should tell you who I'm interested in voting for. I need to get further away from the camera to do this. Because again, you can't see me filling in my ballot, right? That's off camera. Excellent. Now we can move on to Attorney General. I've already researched Andrea Joy Campbell. I happen to like her. I did not vote for her. I don't think I did. Let me just confirm who she is. Yeah, I'm not sure if I voted for her or not. I liked her. But I think I liked someone more. So I feel confident in knowing who she is as a person. Let's look at James R. McMahon III, the Republican. There is no Libertarian and no one for the Green Party running. Yeah. So, so here's the thing that I've noticed. A socially liberal, fiscally conservative Republican can always do well in a liberal state like ours, because while we are liberal, we like the idea of not paying any taxes. So, like, one of the reasons why we currently have a Republican governor in our state is because he's not out here trying to talk about we're going to get rid of any gun control. He's like, look, I just want to make this fiscally responsible, y'all. And that's why he did well. Jay McMahon for Attorney General. I'm not a gun owner. I'm not a gun owner for one. I think the fallacy that me owning a gun would make it safer is a fallacy. I think having a gun in your house opens you up to being murdered by people in your family. It opens the likelihood of people in my family committing suicide is greatly increased. And frankly, when I was in the 7th grade, hold on, I gotta bring it down. I think it was 7th grade. Yeah. Eugene Ratcliffe died in my middle school, my junior high school. He died because his friend's older brother had a gun, and he thought it would be cool to bring the gun to school, and he left it in his backpack all day. And as Eugene and Eugene's friend were walking home, the gun fell out of Eugene's friend's backpack, and Eugene is dead. This is why I don't have guns. Right here. Yeah. I keep it. Because, again, it's a damn good memory. Not in terms of like, oh, I remember it, but just, it is. It's why. It's why. I can never own a gun for that type of reason alone. Let's look at McMahon for Attorney General. Meet Jay. Let's get to issues. I don't want to meet this guy. Let's go to issues. Massachusetts law enforcement officer. What has our current AG done to benefit you and your family? Nothing. Oh, God. The opioid epidemic will be addressed and resolved. Our current Attorney General led the lawsuits against the manufacturers of it. And got a shit ton of money for his state for that. So I agree. Oh, the 87% of private pay programs. So here's the question. I would go right here. We need successful and effective rehabilitation, not the failure of the government programs, but the success rate of the private pay programs. It would be less expensive to put a person through private pay once than dozens of times through failure of the government programs. So, are you going to have the government pay for someone to go through the private programs? Please let me know. You don't state that. Okay. Oh, 80% of the drugs are not manufactured here in New England. Are they coming through from the Mexican border? Oh, yeah, we know how to get... Okay. All right. Oh, God. You're saying... Your First Amendment rights were sex offended? Okay. I believe that parents who challenge school curriculums are not terrorists. No one says that they are. Corruption. All right. Yeah, okay. This amendment was written in a time when words mattered and truth was plain spoken. It's plain spoken is not a word, right? That's not a real word. I guess it is a one word. Okay. I mean, he made so many other typos that wouldn't be surprised. Okay. No, I can't support this person. I can't. So again, I'm marking my ballot, but you're not allowed to see it. I'm not telling you who I'm voting for because again, that is not information you're allowed to know according to my state, but I think you watching who I talked about and what my reactions to these people were, you should know what I'm doing right now. Yeah. Yep. I would agree. Yeah, no, it just fell out. It fell out of his backpack. It fell out of his friend's backpack. I still remember that day. That was 1991. It's been 31 years. I still remember that day. Vividly. All right, we're going to move on to Secretary of State. Secretary of State. Gavin. Ooh, Gavin might be too old for me to vote for him. Let's look. Remember, the rule is very clear. I do not vote for anyone over the age of 65. I also think Gavin's done a pretty shit job, but, you know, hey. 2022, minus 65. We're not going to vote for anyone born before the year 1957. Therefore, I am not voting for William Galvin. He is ineligible to receive my vote today. Let's look at Rayla Campbell next. Rayla Campbell. Oh, she's from Whitman. I don't know where Whitman is. Let's look where Whitman is. Whitman, Massachusetts. It's a Cape County. I'm curious what we can learn about Whitman real quick. Yes. Yeah, no, I mean, countries are still trying to get more land. Russia's trying to do that right now. Ooh, Whitman is where the chocolate chip cookie was invented. So it's on the Cape-ish area. It's outside of Boston. Demographics. It is a town that's 98% white. God damn. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassingly white. Right, so I already don't like the town where this person is from. But let's go through the thing. Rayla Campbell. Oh. I didn't see that coming. Plot twist. She is a native of Boston that grew up in... I don't even know how to say that. Okay, interesting. So she grew up in the Cape. She's a WordPress website. Strong family ties to those areas. A campaign, okay. She attended public schools. And after high school, she went to the Boston workforce. She returned to the city, become a... Okay. Okay. I'm going to shut down my Outlook because I keep getting email notifications. She works in insurance and claims management. She married John, and they have 3 beautiful children, Josephine, Hannah, and Titan. I like her. I know what it means to struggle, to succeed. I want to show others, especially my children, that in America, the sky's the limit. She's a fighter, willing to stand on principles she believes. Your pizza arrived. Ooh, there you go. What type of pizza did you get, my friend? We need a rule of law Republican. Ugh. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. It's not... Yeah, I agree with that. He's been feed. Yep. 100%. Yep, agreed. Agreed with everything you're saying right now. Bill Galvin is the worst, but will I be voting for you? I don't know. Rich, proud history. Okay. Building relationships. Interesting. Alright. Okay, let's look at some of these issues. You have no issues. We don't have a ton of information on you. We just know that you hate Gavin and that you're Republican. I mean, she's saying some very accurate things. When one party rules and thinks and think only they have knowledge to make all the decisions, I don't think anyone does that. Foreign devices of platforms, it's suppression, yep. Well, when public radio and TV is polluted propaganda for any side, that's suppression. Just let's be honest. I would say that's misinformation. It's not suppression. All right. I see nothing about you that makes me want to vote for you. No policy. Okay. All right. I mean, she's not saying anything that pisses me off. She's kind of that standard Republican. Let's look at, oh God. This is her ad. This is her ad. Can you guys hear this? Let's make sure you can hear this so that we can mock her ad, because this may be why we don't vote for her. Let me bring that up. Browser's up. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. That was not coming through to you guys. Headphones. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Let's see her ad. Her ad's probably going to push me over the bind already from what I've seen. And that is going to go to Wavelength Browser. Boom. Yep.
Do you want your children reading child pornography? Of course
I don't think they actually already are, but okay.
You don't. So why are books like this available in our public libraries? The media says these types of books don't exist. Books with sex acts and foul language have become available at our children's fingertips. It's time for a change. Our kids deserve better. As Secretary of State, I will make sure to clean up this garbage from our public libraries. Vote on November 8th, and let's fight this fight together to save our children. My name is Rayla Campbell. I'm running for Secretary of State of Massachusetts, and I approve this message.
That's not your job as Secretary of State. I'm glad you think it is. But that's not your job. That's not your job. I don't know the specific book she's talking about, so I can't speak to what it is, and I can't speak to what schools it's available in. So I can't discount what she's saying, but she's not. Oh God, I can't vote for her. I can't vote for her. I'm sorry. I just can't. She's a work of art. Negatively. It's called The Fat. Ooh, that sounds pretty good. I like the idea that you're going with that. But yeah, we can't vote for her. There's no way I can wake up. Let's look at Juan Sanchez. I actually know Juan, believe it or not. Yep. So let's look up Juan Sanchez. I know Juan. Does Juan have anything? All right, we're going to go to the Green Rainbow website. All right. So this is the best we're going to get out of Juan Sanchez and the Green Rainbow Party. No longer functioning democracy. I wouldn't go that far. Candidate for Secretary of Commonwealth. Over 70% of the seats in that. Yep, that is true. It's very true. Yep. Okay. So I don't have a whole lot to go on about Juan. I know him personally. He's a good dude. He's under the age of 65 and he's not a psychopath. So, can I send Juan your way? If you want to come out to Western Massachusetts, I'll make sure that you and Juan can hang out sometime. So, again, I'm not marking my ballot in a way that you can see me marking my ballot because that would be against the law. I'm not telling you who I'm voting for because, again, not something I'm allowed to do. But based upon everything you know, I think we know what we're all doing right now. Let's move on to our next one, which is going to be for treasurer. Let's see who we have in the treasurer's race, shall we? Let's start with Deborah B. Goldberg of Brookline, running for treasurer. Yeah, he's not, my friend. I'm just gonna warn you right now. He's not. Oh, so she's our existing treasurer. She was born in 1954, which is before our deadline to vote for her. So we are not going to be voting for Deb Goldberg out of principle. Let's go look at Christina Crawford to see if she's going to earn our vote. She is a libertarian, so hopefully not crazy. Chris Crawford. God, she may actually be even older, it looks like. Because right here... No, yeah, I don't think this is the same Chris Crawford. Let's look at Chris Crawford. All right. I'm running for state treasurer. This year's a two-way race between me, okay? Goldberg, she's a mother and a homemaker. I have an undergraduate degree in math and physics from UMass and a master's degree in economics from Suffolk, both summa cum laude. That's impressive, I guess. Worked for 20 years as a software engineer designing Surface and solid modules for... Okay. All right. Strictly limited government. In all counties, at all times, economic well-being has increased. Proportionally to government control of the economy has decreased. False. In America, we owe the prosperity we enjoy to the people who work for themselves. False. But who also understood that serving the customer was the path to wealth. False. Now that... Oh, okay. This is who is supporting her. We're not going to be voting. We're not going to be voting for treasurer. We're going to leave it. I'm going to vote. I'm going to circle in for write in space only. And just not write in a name. As a sign of protest for these two terrible, terrible candidates. I mean, she does have the Crawford name. You're right. Let's move on to auditor. We got a ton of people running for auditor. Oh, this is going to be fun. We're going to start with our good friends, the Republicans. They're in Winchester. I'm scared. There is no abstain. Again, I'm not allowed to say what I did, but there is a write-in space only that you can fill in and then just write it, not a name in, and I think that's as close as we can for abstaining. Maury for auditor. Credentialed, competent, independent. Issues. Audit the auditor's office. Okay. Yep. Very true. Yep. The reason it's declining is because we're not putting money into it. So let's just be very clear about why we're not auditing. Okay. Data use odds are okay. Sours, okay. Alright, interesting. Oh, look at this. Has been allowed for too long to be crippled by extreme underfunding. All right. So, I like what this person is saying so far. Cost of colleges. Our family's getting what they pay for. Audit the unaudited. They're going to be looking at the Cannabis Control Commission. I'm sure that's not accidental. Not accidental. Not accidental. This is still a question. Okay. I'm not thrilled with Anthony. I don't hate Anthony, but I'm not thrilled with Anthony. Diana DeZiglio, Methuen, Massachusetts. Why she's running to be the state auditor. I think I voted for her. I did vote for her. I think I voted for her in the primary, so I'm okay with not researching her anymore. But again, I feel like I've done my part on her. And we do need to look at some of the other people. We got Gloria Cabrillo Rocca, the Green Party person. Okay. I got a lot of ballot to go through, Lone Wolf, so hopefully you don't take that long of a shower, my friend. Oh, look at this. Gloria's got a website. She's Dr. Gloria. Okay. She's a doctorate in what? Goals, volunteer, news. Let's go with goals. Okay. Ooh. Recommending a show called Extraordinarily. I love the name of that. I'll definitely check that out. Okay. I like her. I like her. I like her. I like her. Okay. About. Cuban immigrant. Oh, okay. Single parent herself. Undergraduate degree from English to Spanish. She's at Bard Micro College. I like her. I like her. So far, she's my leading, again, I like her more than the Democrat. Let's go to Dominic Giannone III from something called the Workers' Party. Again, we're making sure we look at all of the candidates. Auditor. Okay, let's look at what this website is. They've gotten their 5,000 signatures. Candidates. Okay. Can I learn more about? All right, here's our guy. Nick Giannone for state auditor. Okay. There's a Boilermaker. About volunteer contact. Nothing specifically about what they want to do. Program. I like the keyboard sickle. I think that's kind of a cool odd thing. Okay, this is about their party. This is where they stand. But nothing about what he wants to do for office. So you're not telling me why I should vote for you, buddy. Okay. I don't know if I could vote for them. All right, let's look at Daniel Werner Reek, the Libertarian. Is his name really Reek? Really, we're going with Reek. All right. No, that's not who we highlighted the next name. Okay. I'll definitely check it out. All right, here we go. Dan Reek. All right. I feel like I'm going to get a virus being on this website. Just going to throw that out there. All right, here's something from the Libertarian Associates of Massachusetts. Reek does not have a website. All right, I've done all the research I can really stomach to do. You're not allowed to see me do anything right now that I'm doing. Next, we're going to go to our representative in Congress. We have two people running for our representative in Congress. This person would represent me in the House of Massachusetts House of Representatives. We got Richie Neal. I believe Richie Neal is ineligible for my vote and support because of his age. Richie Neal, born in 1949. Sorry, Richard Neal, we're not going to vote for you. You're too old. Dean James Martielli. Let's see what you got, buddy. Martielli for Congress. Now running for, okay. Meet Dean. Private sector, okay. And independent, okay. Interesting. Consultant. He's repeatedly within a wide range of public organizations. Addressing issues about the military. Native of West Springfield. Bachelor of Arts at St. Anselm College. Okay, interesting. I love that he included this photo, and we don't know which one you are, Dean. Is that you, Dean? I think that's Dean. Don't include family wedding photos. Because this one isn't your wedding. I'm assuming you're the father of the groom. Not a good look. Strong fiscal conservative. Ugh. Irresponsible spending, reversing regulations. Results in current inflation. Yeah, okay. Okay. Oh, God. Security board. Oh, God, this guy is terrible. Here's some more babies. I can't vote for this schmuck. This is going to be another one where I'm going to write a name in. In fact, I'm going to write the same name up here for treasurer. Let's make it really efficient. So, to make a write-in campaign work in the state of Massachusetts, I need an address for someone. So I'm going to look over here to try to get... Alright, let's go to... I know where I can get this. I know where I can get this. Elections and voting. Lieutenant Governor. Interesting. Does not give me an address for them. All right. Let's look. Yeah, I can't get an address for this person. But I'm going to put in their name because I do support them. Yeah. So we're writing in someone's name who I support for office because, yeah. Let's go up to our next one. Counselor for the 8th District. All right, let's go. Let's do this. And this is going to be counselor. All right, here we go for governor's counselor. I have a lot of issues with this dude's webpage. A lot of issues. Like, I get the need to appear to be a man of the people, but a conservative Republican with a lifetime of service. Husband of 54 years, ineligible. Right? Because, again, assuming that you're under the age, you've been married for 54 years, which you're fully admitting, you married your wife at 11. If you want me to vote for you. I don't have to look at this dude anymore, so we're going to X out immediately. I believe I voted for this person last time. I did. I liked her. I liked her. Yep. This is an easy one. We already researched her. If you want to see who this person is, feel free to watch the last video when we actually had to decide who this person was going to be. We liked her very much. Easiest decision of the night. I can close out of those because I don't need to see them anymore. Yeah, okay. Let's move on to our next person so we can see what's happening over there for our next person. Our next sample ballot is going to be for the senator in the general court. This is the person who would be representing me in the Massachusetts Senate. Get away from Dean. Get out of my face, Dean. William E. Johnson is the first person we have to look at. Okay. It's a temperance leader. I really hope this dude's not running. Massachusetts. Let's add Massachusetts in Senate. All right, here we go. Oh, Bill Johnson goes by Bill. Here we go. Bill is a leader and business owner, 3 decades successful ownership. Okay, shortly after high school. Cars, our business, this desired life. Okay. Excellent. I like to hear that. Commitment to service, volunteering is, I like that. Has worked his way up. Has been on the Conservation Commission. That's always good to see. Has had some good roles. Championing for working class people in Massachusetts. Experience necessary to offer real solutions promptly faced today. I don't know which one is Bill. I'm going to guess this is Bill from what I'm seeing. Not a lot of information from Bill. Okay. No one, like... I mean, I like that Bill's supporting the trades. I see nothing about what are the issues you're voting for other than you'll work for working class people, Bill. So a lesson to anyone who wants to run for office: have a website that has information about what you're running on. That's like the bare minimum in today's age. I see no reason to hate Bill, but I see no reason to like Bill. Let's see who else we got. I believe I voted for this person. We researched. We researched them before. Yep. I actually even had a campaign sign on my front lawn for them. I liked Jake. Got information about Jake, priorities, what wants to do. Lots of information here. You can learn about them. Yep. Jake. That's what a website at minimum should look like. Representative in the general court. I only have one person that I can vote for, but let's just go make sure that I'm willing to vote for them. Again, I think it's important to know that, right? I only have one choice. So the question becomes, do I want to vote for this person? Again, this is someone I know, quote unquote, personally. Just from in town stuff. Like, we're not best friends. We don't hang out together. Born in 1963. Ooh. All right, legislature profile. Here's the registration profile. Here's the website. Here's the stuff. Committees sponsored an act authorizing Town Hamden to continue employment. That's interesting. We had to have a whole bill to keep this person hired. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, we're gonna vote for Brian Nash. I've nothing against them. They meet our age requirement. They're not offending me. I have no reason not to give them a vote. Anthony Giuliani of Springfield is running for our district attorney. Unopposed. So, I mean, we can already say Brian Ash has won. Giuliani at least has a website. That's Anthony there, I'm assuming. I don't think any of these high schoolers are Giuliani. Yep, there they are. Yep. I did remember reading their website. So, and not disliking the person. They earned my vote last time. All right. Next, we have Nick Kochi running for sheriff. Don't worry, it's going to get interesting. We're about to get into the questions, y'all. If you're, like, paying attention, like, craw, this is getting very boring here. The questions is where it's going to be fun, again. Nick Kochi, we voted for him last time. Nothing against him. He's young enough to be under the 65. Congratulations. Now we're going to have some fun. So Massachusetts has 4 questions on the ballot this year. Question 1. Do you approve of the adoption of an amendment to the Constitution summarized below, which was approved by the General Court in joint sessions of the 2 houses? They did it twice. The proposed constitutional amendment would establish an additional 4% state income tax on that portion of the annual taxable income in excess of $1 million. This income level would be adjusted annually by the same method used for the federal income tax brackets. To reflect increases in the cost of living, revenues from this tax would be used, subject to appropriation by the state legislature, for public education, public college and universities, and for the repair and maintenance of roads, bridges, and public transportation. The proposed amendment would apply to tax years beginning on or after January 1st, 2023. So let's go. Question 1, Massachusetts, 2022. I want to see. That's not what I want to see. Secretary of State, Massachusetts, voter guide. They actually put out this book this year, which I was very thrilled that they were going to do. Where's the voting? Where's the voting? This website is terrible, which is one of the reasons you shouldn't vote for Gavin. Elections and voting. Ballot questions. All right, here we go. Question number 1. These are the questions. And it's great because they give us for and against. So we already read the actual thing it's going to say. Here's what it is. A yes vote would do this, and no vote would do this. The statement of the fiscal consequences. As required by law, statements of fiscal consequences are written by the Executive Office of Administration and Finance. The proposal increases the marginal tax rate on certain individuals, taxpayers, by 80%. This change may increase the annual state revenues by up to $1.2 billion in the near term, which is approximately 2.4% of the current annual tax budget. However, Annual revenues generated by the surtax will vary significantly and unpredictably from year to year. Additionally, numerous unpredictable factors could significantly alter the impact that this proposal may have on the state and municipal finances. For instance, taxpayers may decide to relocate their home or business to another state or adjust their filing status of timing of income realization to minimize their tax burden. All accurate things. Arguments. All right. So this is provided by law. A 150-word argument written by proponents and opponents of each question reflect their opinions. They do not endorse these arguments and does not certify the truth or accuracy of any statements made in the arguments. The names of the individuals or organizations who wrote each argument and any written comments by others about each argument are on file with the office of the Secretary of the Commonwealth. So these are the people that the state has decided can speak for or against a question. So you can ask the question of whether or not the state picked good people for this. That's open for debate, but let's see what they have. Why you should vote in favor. By voting yes on question 1, you will make sure that the very richest in Massachusetts, those who make over $1 million a year, will pay their fair share. Current tax rules allow multimillionaires to pay a smaller share in taxes than the rest of us. Question number 1, the millionaire's tax will make the extremely wealthy pay an additional 4% on top of their yearly income above $1 million. Additional money is constitutionally guaranteed to go towards yada 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 yada. Vote question on 1, the only way the rich will pay, not the rest of us. Written by Cynthia Roy, Fair Share, Massachusetts, and Reedville, Massachusetts. We have a website. This is the against. Small businesses, family farmers, homeowners, and retirees urge no on question 1. Question 1 nearly doubles the state income tax on tens of thousands of small business owners, large employers, and retirees. Question 1 treats one-time earnings, the sale of homes, investments, businesses, pensions, and inheritances as income. Sure. This would suddenly force many residents into a new, very high tax bracket, depleting the nest eggs of small business owners and longtime homeowners whose retirement depends on their investments. Record inflation, supply chain difficulties, and continuing COVID-19 issues make now the worst possible time for a massive tax increase, especially when Massachusetts already has a giant budget surplus. I agree with the last part of your sentence. There is absolutely no guarantee revenue from this huge tax hike would actually increase spending on education and transportation. Politicians are giving themselves a blank check with no accountability. Organizations representing 20,000 small business and family farmers urge vote no on question 1. And then we have a website for them. I need to turn on the fan here. It's getting hot in here. All right, let's check out the websites. I mean, I know which way I'm voting, but let's just look at what they're saying. Question 1, okay. Here's question 1, we have some very concerned looking people. Pictures of bridges. When you should vote, these are the people who support it. Powerful stories. Canvassing. Yep. Okay. I want a good laugh, so let's look at the people who are against it. One of the largest tax hikes in Massachusetts history. Let's look at the facts so we can laugh at them. These are the same things we just looked at. All right. So, here's the thing. And again, this is where I'm going to be cold and honest about it. If you make... Alright. I have a decidedly middle income where I reside and everything. I have a very comfortable life. I am nowhere near $1 million a year. I can't fathom what I would do if I had $1 million total, much less in a given year. If I had to give up, so let's talk about how much we're talking now. So $1 million. Here, we'll do it in a calculator that you guys can see. Calculator app open. All right, so let's say you have $1 million. Right now, you're going to be taxed 5% of that, $50,000. Right? That means you would have minus $50,000. You would still have $950,000 from a state perspective. You're going to lose some in federals. We recognize that, but I'm not going to go there. You wouldn't pay an additional cent. If you have $2 million, you're now going to get taxed. You're still going to lose the $50,000, but you're also actually it's the wrong way. Minus times 0.04, $40,000. So if you had $1 million, you would have $950,000. If you had $2 million, you lose the $50,000, and then you're also going to lose $40,000 for this additional tax, which brings you down to $1.9 million. I don't feel sorry for you. I don't. I'm sorry. It's hard for me to fathom that. My grandma is the richest person I know. Like, in terms of people who I know and I talk with. My dad is probably the second richest person. They, together, don't sniff $1 million a year. $1 million a year is such a incomprehensible amount of money that when I look at the people who are against this, who they're trying to make it seem like this is who it's going to impact, it just no. So these are the people who are against it. This cranberry farmer, I do not believe. Oh, here are people. Here are people. Like, they're going to lead with him. Look at this. This person has never seen $1 million in income in family farm products in his 20 years in the cranberry business, but this will still have impacts on him. No, it won't. It will have zero impact on you. You've never made $1 million. You're not going to be impacted by this at all. No. Oh, she was a public school teacher for 15 years. But she's never made $1 million a year. This is going to have no impact on her. This professor, again, no. This is the easiest yes I've ever voted for in my life. Easiest yes I've ever voted for in my life. And to put it bluntly, to all the people who make $1 million a year in my comments watching this video, they could tax you at 50% over $1 million, and I would still vote yes. Without blinking. Right? Because, again, let's put it bluntly. If you make over $1 million a year, it's not like this is a one-time thing that's happening to you, because you still have the million, you still have that first million that's getting taxed at the 4%. It's just the second million is taxed at 9%, or any dollar over that first is 9%. It's no. I don't even think you're paying your fair share with that. I think you're paying more than your fair share because you ought to. Question 2. Let's go back to our question 2. Regulation of dental insurance. Do you approve of the law summaries before yada yada yada? Summary. The proposed law will direct the Commissioner of Massachusetts Division of Insurance to approve or disapprove. Let's make this bigger so you can see this. The rates of dental benefit plans and require that dental insurance carrier meet an annual aggregate medical loss ratio for covered dental benefit plans of 83%. The medical loss ratio would measure the amount of premium dollars that dental insurance spends on its dental expenses and quality improvements as opposed to administrative expenses. If a carrier's annual aggregate medical loss ratio is less than 83%, the carrier would be required to fund the excess premiums to its covered individual groups. Proposed law will mount the commissioner to waive or adjust the funds, yada yada yada. This would apply to dental benefit plans, regardless of whether they are issued directly by a carrier, through the connector, or through an intermediary. They would not apply to dental benefit plans issued, delivered, or renewed to a self-insured group, where the carrier is acting as the third-party administrator. This is a whole lot of whatnot. Yes vote would regulate dental insurance rates, including by requiring companies to spend 83% of the premiums on the expenses. Okay. Statement of fiscal consequences. The proposal measure has no discernible material fiscal consequences for state and municipal government finance. Got it. Arguments. I wasn't going to read this whole long-ass thing because this is painful. I work in health insurance, and this is painful. A yes vote expands consumer protection laws that already exist for medical insurance companies to dental insurance companies. So this is taking laws that exist for medical and expanding it to dental, according to the yes people. A yes vote ensures better coverage and value for patients instead of unreasonable corporate waste. And for example, according to its own 2019 Form 990, Delta Dental in Massachusetts alone paid executive bonuses, commissions, and payments to affiliates of $382 million, while only paying $177 million for patient care. Wow. Nom's Chicken Nugget. I appreciate that you're here, Lone Wolf. So they're alleging that Delta Dental... Let's look at the numbers. Let's put the numbers back up. They're saying that Delta Dental, which is a dental company here in Massachusetts, they made, clear this, 382 plus 177, that they made $559 million. And 382 divided by 559, and 68% of the money they made went to administrative costs. Oh no, what type of phone did you get? Alright. A yes vote would eliminate the inequality. Similar medical insurance law require dental insurance. Okay. Insurance companies will try to confuse voters by saying dental insurance premiums will increase. This is false because Section 2D of the law specifically disallows increases above the consumer price index without state approval. Stop corporate waste. Vote yes for fair dental insurance. Here's the no people. This question will increase costs for Massachusetts families' employers. A 38% premium increase in one recent independent study could result in thousands of people losing access to dental care with consumer prices soaring. We don't need new regulation to increase costs and decrease choice. There is no law like this ballot anywhere in the nation. Massachusetts legislature actually repealed this law because it proved overly burdensome and provided no real benefit to consumers. Federal lawmakers excluded it from Obamacare, and a special commission in Massachusetts reviewed and rejected the similar provision. The state already requires reporting from dental plans. I just read Aloha the bot. It's not here anymore. Let's go back into you. Let's go back into you. Let us refresh the page. Custom bot. Save. Cool. You got a Samsung Flip 4. Ooh, very nice. Let's check out protectmydentalcare.com. Anti-consumer proposal. No, I'm not buying it, Lewis. I'm sorry. I'm not buying it. And ironically, of the health insurance situation we have in America, dental is my favorite. Oh, mahalo, friend. I appreciate it. This is a Baseball's Last Dive Bar t-shirt. It's for the Oakland Coliseum. All right. We've done question 2. Move on to question 3. Expanded availability of licenses for the sale of alcoholic beverages. Do you approve of the law summarized before yada yada yada? Proposed law will increase statewide limits on combined number of licenses for the sale of alcohol beverages for off-prices consumption, including licenses for all yada 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 that were to from 9 to... So this is basically saying people can hold more licenses beginning in 2023 at 7. All right. Auto calculation. Okay. Interesting. So yeah, I like it too. When we were looking at the shirts, I was like, should I go with the gray one, a black one, or the tie-dye? And I was like, it's going with the tie-dye. Statement of fiscal consequences. The proposed measure has no discernible material fiscal consequences for state or municipal government finance. Got it. All right. Arguments. In favor. A yes vote fulfills consumer desire for expanding convenience in a reasonable and balanced manner that also protects against illegal sales. I have no desire for expanded convenience. A yes vote expands convenience by gradually increasing the total number of alcoholic beverages licenses that a one-person company can own. Okay. Package stores, convenience stores, supermarkets, superstore retailers, and others will be able to apply for additional licenses for their existing locations that don't currently sell alcohol. A yes vote enhances public safety, encourages vigilance by retailers through prohibiting self-checkout of alcohol beverages and basing the fine for selling to a minor on total sales, not just the alcohol sales. I kind of like that. This is the first good thing you've said here, buddy. Yes vote also supports state tourism, bring Massachusetts to every other state in the country by allowing for valid out-of-state IDs. Okay. Okay. So far, yes. Against, our alcohol licensing laws do not need serious reforms. Sure, why not? Oh, they do need it, but this ballot measure is not the answer. It offers an incomplete solution to a complex problem, doing little to promote competition or expand consumer choice. Despite some superficial popular provisions designed to entice voters, it fails to lift outdated restrictions on local decision-making, while in fact moving Massachusetts backwards in significant ways. This imposes unfair penalties against retailers who sell more alcohol, like grocers and other food. No, because if you don't sell to minors, there's no penalty. Don't sell alcohol to minors. I could care less. If you sell alcohol to minors, I have zero sympathy for you. Zero sympathy for you. Outlawing convenient and reliable point-of-sale technology is already widespread use by... Nope. Yep, I do not want alcohol to go through a self-checkout. Decreasing the number of full liquor licenses the retailers can own. I don't see how it does that either. I think you are lying. So it sounds like it is package stores versus grocery stores. Let's go to our last one. Question number 4. Eligibility for driver's licenses. The Elections Division certified a referendum petition. Had enough of this. Because the petition was submitted for after the July 23rd inclusion on the printed information booklet mailed to each household, the question is not listed in that voter guide. The question, however, will be listed on the statewide election ballot of question 4. Do you approve of this law? This law allows Massachusetts residents who cannot provide proof of lawful presence in the United States to obtain a standard driver's license or learner's permit if they meet the other qualifications for a standard license or learner's permit. Yada, yada. So this is basically saying we're going to give driver's licenses to people who do not have a lawful presence in the United States. We're kind of bringing them out of the shadows. Okay. Alright. Okay, so we got an idea what this is. A no vote will allow them. Okay. Favor. Here's the arguments. In favor, a yes vote will keep in place a law that allows all drivers in Massachusetts to be properly vetted for licenses by providing proof of identity, date of birth, and residency, pass required tests, buy insurance regardless of immigration status. I like that. Because if they can't get a license, they can't buy insurance. And we don't have any proof that they're passing tests and know what they're doing. Yes vote means safer roads, better tools for law enforcement to do the jobs. In 17 states with similar laws, passage led to declines in uninsured drivers and hit and run crashes. We're in a no-fault state, so it's not that big of a deal. That's why this measure, for the people who do know what that means, it doesn't mean if no one's at fault in a car crash in Massachusetts. Like, I could be sitting at a stop sign, the other car could come out of nowhere and plow into me, and they're not at fault. From an insurance perspective, they may be at fault if there's other things going on, but if they're, like, sober, they're not at fault from an insurance perspective. That's why this measure is endorsed by 60 law enforcement offices statewide, including most sheriffs, DAs, and all 42 police chiefs. There you go. Yep, helps farmers working. Yep, okay, cool. These people... Yeah, okay. Against. In his veto message of the bill, Governor Charlie Baker made it known that the registry motor vehicle does not have the capacity or expertise necessarily to verify documents from other countries, and notes that if this bill becomes law, Massachusetts driver's license will no longer confirm that a person is who they say they are. Okay. So, hot take. Let's train them. So if we train the RMV to verify documents for other countries, then your first paragraph is donezo. Okay, got it. Additionally, Governor Baker states the bill specifically restricts the registry's ability to share citizen information with entities responsible for ensuring only citizens register vote and vote in our elections, seeming increasing likelihood that non-citizens will register vote. All right, let's look at something. Let us look at something. Register to vote. What do I have to do to register to vote? Am I a citizen of the United States of America? So first question, you have to say that you are. Am I at least 16 years old? Yes. Do you have an ID? Yes. Then I fill out this form. So I've already said I'm a citizen. Let's go back to, I don't want to do this. I want to... Yeah, I don't know the whole ballot voter registration for Massachusetts. Let's look at what that looks like. Voter registration Massachusetts. Let's look at the form. I want to see the form. Here it is. Alright, so this is the register voting. So first most, you have to be a citizen. Okay. So this is information you provide to show that you want to vote you want to vote in Massachusetts. Name, former name, where you live, date of birth, identification, a license, or last four social security, phone number, or enrollment, your last registered vote. So this I don't know the answer to this. And the reason why I can't refute what they're stating here is right now there are people who are allowed in the state of Massachusetts to get driver's licenses who cannot vote. And I don't know if this is something that specifically says this also requires to establish procedures and regulations to ensure that an applicant for a driver's license who does not provide proof of... There we go. So here's what it is. It's specifically right here, this last section. Okay, cool. This bill is patently unfair to those who have taken the time to immigrate to... Oh, God, nope. All right, we're voting yes. Again, you guys have not seen me fill out my ballot at all. So there we go. We've now gone through the whole ballot. We've done all the things that we're supposed to do. Let's go back through the process so that we can follow the next step. We need to sign my ballot envelope. I have to print my name. I have the worst penmanship, by the way. Home address where I am registered. Okay. Now I take this and put this in here. Okay. Seal the envelope. All right, and now we're going to put this into the white return. Signed and all those things. You got just back in time for me to actually be putting envelopes inside envelopes, Peace Dog. Welcome back, my friend. You missed me yelling at people who make over $1 million a year that they need to pay more in taxes. I think you would have enjoyed that. So there we go. We have followed the process. I'm so excited to be submitting that to our town liaison, our town clerk. Again, for those who are not familiar with what the process looks like at this point, from a vote by mail perspective, at least in my town, I cannot speak to your town, but I like to assume that most towns follow a very similar process. I'm going to be submitting this. Then on election day, at a point where it's kind of slow in the day, the town clerk, who will have already opened this exterior envelope, validated the information as being accurate on the inside envelope, would then take the inside envelope, separate my ballot from it, take it to the ward, to the precinct that I'm a part of, and put it through the scanner after verifying that I, Aloha Craw, have not already voted today, right? Because if I show up and say I'm here, Aloha Craw, to vote, and they hand me a ballot, and then they go to count this, they throw this away. But if I haven't done that, they then put this through the thing, they cross my name off, and so if I, Aloha Craw, show up after they've put this through, and say I'm Aloha Craw, I'm here to vote, they'll say, guess what, you already voted, sucker. So yeah, I signed the inner envelope. I did that already. Let's find someone to raid, shall we? This was fun. Like I said, we did this for the primary. We've done this for the general election. I like the way this is looking. I think it's exciting. So I like this process. I'm definitely going to be doing this with all elections going forward. Yeah. All elections going forward, I am 100% going to be doing this. Let's see who we have online, who we can be rating. Provided we still have elections, yeah. I don't think we're going to lose elections just yet. Worst case scenario, if certain things happen, I do believe we are heading towards a national divorce. I don't think that would be the worst thing. I don't think it's the worst thing. Yeah. But that's where I am mentally with it all. Let's find someone to raid. Oh, look at that. Who do we have? I am seeing Ty is always a good person to raid. Lady is also always a good person to raid. I don't think I've raided her in a while, so we're going to open her up over Ty because I know I've raided Ty recently. House of Jacobs is always a good raid, but I haven't raided. I've raided him recently, to my knowledge. Do you guys want to raid someone new? Do you guys want me to raid someone new? Like, someone that I don't think I've ever raided before? That I think, like, you guys would be like, this is a new person? My only hesitation is this person tends to be a fairly shy person, despite the fact they are streaming on Twitch.
Today's Wednesday.
So, she goes by the name Moonlit Butterfly. No one said I don't want you to do this, so we're leaning towards it. She uses she/they profiles. You can call her name is, you can call her Anya or June. She's had lots of previous names. She has a Discord. She's got a YouTube page. Says butterflies are cute. She is a sweetheart. She's Swiss. She is transgender. Like I said, I've known her for a while. I always hang out in her chat because she is just a wonderful human being who I think more people would enjoy if they hung out with her. And she knows a lot about first-person shooters. Let's raid Moonlit Butterfly. She's not playing Minecraft right now. I don't have a specific raid message. All I ask is that when we get there, you spread the Aloha spirit. She will not let me raid her. I knew there was a possibility she would not let me raid her. So we cannot raid. But again, Moonlit Butterfly, let's give her a shout out. So I think she's a fairly private person. She likes attention, but not like a lot of attention. So again, I'm putting her name in the chat. Check her out. See if she's someone that you may want to hang out with. Oh, thank you. I do think the roller coaster looks good back there. Because again, I do think she's a good person. I can't rate her, so we won't be rating her. But feel free to check her out. Drop her a follow at some point. You won't go wrong. I hang out with her as much as I can because, again, I think she's a good person. And I enjoy her company. We're in fact, gonna be rating Lady.
He can't reach us here. He can't reach us here.
We're gonna be rating Lady.
He can't reach us here, right?
If you don't know Lady is another person who I absolutely love. I watch her almost every morning. She's playing Little Nightmares again that I really like.
No freaking way.
Again, no raid message. All I ask is that when you get there, you spread the Aloha spirit. I'm going to be making her do some squats as soon as we get there. So how about we call her, how about this? As a raid message, we can say, Aloha, Lady, squats, squat Thea, right? That's our raid message right there. Copy that. We want to come in and we want to say, Aloha, Lady, squat Thea. Are y'all ready to do this? Are you ready? Come on, y'all. I want to hear that you're ready. I want to hear your height. Let's go say aloha to my good friend Lady. She's playing some bass. Let's do this.
You know.
Let's go.
All of a sudden, he can reach you. I know, right? I'm just gonna like gently. Excuse me? Hello? Lone Wolf 007? Hello? Aloha Lady Squathia? What? Hello? Oh my gosh, hi guys. Of course, Craw. I knew it. I knew it. As soon as I saw the raid and it was from you, I knew it. I said to myself, I said, Craw's gonna come in here and he's gonna fucking make me do squats. Peace dog, aloha. Aloha everyone. Thank you so much for coming over with that raid from Craw's channel. Craw, how are you? How was your stream? What were you doing? Guys, Lone Wolf redeemed first. Listen, okay, here's what happened. Okay, we had a huge problem earlier in the stream today. We had a lot of issues. We have had a lot of technical issues. Yeah. Thanks. Hi. Hello, Peace Dog. Thank you for the follow.
And books written by rabbits.
We're gonna do some squats. And you know what we're gonna do while we do squats? We're gonna play some music. That's what we're gonna heckin' do. Let's get this up and we're gonna press play. And we're gonna do this and we're gonna do some squats. To some music, some tunes. Here we go. Craw. Politics?